Hi everyone, it's Sheena again from Luna Rosu. Welcome back to my channel. This is a custom order that I recently completed. This is for a very beautiful lady called Sophie, and she has asked me to do a journal with the theme of one of her favorite movies, which is The Secret Garden. It's the 1993 one with Maggie Smith in there. And she also asked to add a bit of a tea time sort of a theme in there as well. So this is what I came up with. So she looks like so. So when you open her up, like that, you'll see on the cover there is a key there, of course, for the Secret Garden theme, where Mary Lennox discovers the key to the Secret Garden. So I decided to include this little charm here as well. And then you will also notice there's a ticket here as well. It's actually a railroad ticket. I wanted to look for a sea ticket because when she made her journey from India to back to UK, she went by sea, of course, but I couldn't find an ephemera to go with that, so I decided to just go with a train one instead. But I included India and Liverpool, which is where the ship docked when she arrives back in the UK. So this time around, the envelope on the cover flips down like so. Something different. Usually it's on the front like that. And then inside here, this is a real vintage postcard. The floral theme, the colors that she has requested was more of a deeper jewel tones in that. So I try to stick to it, especially with the when it comes to the color, the flower choices on the vintage postcards. And then there's a real vintage love letter in there as well. And when you open her up, there's a pocket up here, which then I added a wax seal right there. This is one of my favorite wax seals right there. It's sort of like an emblem kind of design. I'm still trying to see if I can get more of those. I've also included a vintage calling card with a little tag that she can use to journal on the back of that. And of course, on the front cover, there's some ticket ephemera here and a picture of a little girl here. She's not all smiley, which if you watch the movie or read the book, she's kind of spoiled, and she's very sorry, excuse me, I guess a little fussy, a little grumpy in the beginning, but she warms up towards the end. And this picture was perfect for what I imagine Mary Lennox to be. So that's there. And then we have some vintage ticket ephemera there as well. And then on the inside, Sophie has requested a bit of Indian elements in there as well, because Mary spent her time in India with her parents before her parents passed away. So this page is dedicated to that. So I've included real vintage photos of some really beautiful Indian ladies in their saris right there. And then we've also got a menu in the language as well. And I've also included, I know she held on to an elephant sort of figurine in the movie, but I didn't have that, so I decided to include a cutout from one of the vintage magazines that I had, which has a poem called The Elephant, and I thought this could sort of I guess substitute or give that I wouldn't say illusion, but the idea of that in there. And this pocket is also made from a page called Comprehension and Pieces for Overseas Students, which I felt like it was appropriate because Mary would be studying, and then her textbooks would probably be from the UK. So I thought that was the right picture to use. We've got some trims here as well. And then in the movie, the beginning of the movie, Mary was getting dressed by her ayahs, and she was wearing a lot of lace, some creams, and then some purple ribbon as well. So I decided to include that in, just to sort of pay homage to that. And then I've also embellished this vintage postcard here with some stamps from India I found in my collection, like so. So I was super happy when I found that. I totally forgot that I actually bought those, so hurrah. And this is a printout, very gorgeous printout manuscript from the New York Public Library, and so that just pops in there. So this page is basically a dedication to her time in India. And then this page here would be more of a dedication to her parents. You know, there's lots of really beautiful floral wallpaper here. And then this is a picture of a little girl, which I assume would have been Mary. She looks so perfect for this thread here. And then you've got this vintage postcard right here of a couple right there. I didn't include a picture of her parents, but I thought I could do it through this postcard, and then I added some lace and then this really beautiful turquoise charm here, because I know her parents were quite extravagant with their parties in India. So that's there right here. And also after her parents passed away, she, like I said, she went back by ship, so I included a first day cover envelope right here with the nautical theme in mind, and on the inside, of course, who would be the one receiving her at the port, which is Mrs. Medlock right there. And also some London tickets right there. This is printed. And then we have some vintage receipt paper. And then here is just a little booklet that you can tear out and journal in. In this pocket here, I have a picture of Mary's aunt or her mom. I guess they were twins in the movie, so they would look alike. And I found one with this beautiful lady she's sitting on a floral swing, which is so perfect for the Secret Garden theme. And this postcard of who I imagine would be her uncle Archibald right there. And also this would be the manor. I forgot the name of the manor again. The manor in which where the house is, where her uncle lives and her late aunt. So that's there. And then there's a pocket right here. And then when this flips out, we have a little tea time envelope right there. And then this is a printout of a carpet catalog. So again, I chose this because of the color tones. I try to choose one with not pastel but more darker tones, like so. And then this is a pocket right here. This is some vintage recipe that I printed on transparency, so it's sort of see-through, which is what I love. A tip, if you're I use a inkjet printer. After printing them out, I actually leave the paper to dry for at least an hour. So don't touch it after you printed them out if you're using an inkjet, because the ink will smear and whatnot. So just be patient and wait, and then after that, you can pretty much do whatever you want with it. And then here we have also another postcard, again because Mary's mom and her aunt are sisters when they were young, so they play in the Secret Garden. There's two little girls, one is on a swing. Again, very, very lucky to have found this, and it's perfect for this theme. I also printed a poem called To My Sister. This is from the Graphics Fairy. I printed this on butter paper, so you can tell the paper is slightly thin, and you can actually sort of see the ink marks on the back, which is what the look I was going for. Absolutely love it. And on this side, I just love this gorgeous, gorgeous blue here. I've also made a button card with some gold thread here as well. Again, another floral postcard with these gorgeous, gorgeous colors there. This is a vintage railroad receipt, I think. And then I've also included a printout of some cherubs. The reason for this is because when Mary enters the secret garden, there's a few statues there. So I wanted to give that atmosphere as well within this journal. And of course, we have this little booklet right here. It's one of those accordion kind of booklet. Of course, this one has keys here because, you know, the secret garden. Then I've added a plant charm here. This is a pocket tuck spot, sorry, made out of vintage postcard as well. And then some journaling spaces here. This is some really, really pretty lace trim right there. And this is also printed on transparency paper, some vintage recipes, again to add that, sprinkle that bit of tea time theme that she wanted. And then on the back is some aerogram. You can slot something in here as well. And then a vintage envelope that I made into a flip. And of course here we have Master Colin. Of course, I didn't have a picture of a little boy in a wheelchair or sitting down in a chair, but I chose this one because, well, he's holding a chair. But more importantly is because look at how sort of grumpy and unfriendly he looks, which is what he is also in the beginning, but eventually he warms up as well. This little boy inside here is quite frail looking, which is exactly the character, how the character is portrayed. And then of course in the centerfold we have little Mary Lennox. This is one of the postcards that just sort of sparked everything, just made everything come together, because she really looks like the little girl in the movie. I forgot the actress who played her, but again, she looks they look so alike, and she's, you know, in between the lilies and whatnot. So I thought this was just the perfect theme, the perfect postcard, you know, to go with everything. And we have some tapestry prints here. I just added a little extra something with some gold acrylic paint on the top. I wanted Sophie to be able to, you know, embellish the center with however she wants. And of course, the next page, we have a tuck spot right there with some lace trim as well. And here, how can we not forget little Dickon, Martha's brother, the one that, you know, the really cheerful little boy. Look at that. It's exactly how I pictured Dickon would be. He's so friendly. Absolutely love him. It's just a little sunshine, you know, in the whole movie. And I also made a little vellum envelope right there out of a vintage recipe. I think this is from the old design shop. And then some ruffles here with all the colors that I absolutely love. All the purples and the sepia tones, and then just the right shade of pink to go with that as well. And inside here we have another floral postcard. Again, lots of purples, and I've also added some German ephemera in here because I really wanted that handwriting as well, the calligraphy, to add to the pages. And then we have some journaling spaces here as well, some vintage tickets. The other side of the cherubs, like printout. This is the railroad receipt. And then again, that gorgeous blue, just added some gold lace here, and then some buttons up there. And this is a lace belly band. And inside, I've included this little printout of another cherub, just to go with the statues in the garden as well. And Sophie could journal here. And then, interestingly enough, I found a French letter with this gorgeous detail of birds here, which is important in the movie because Mary found sort of the garden, or the door to the garden, with the help of, you know, this little robin. So I love that idea, and I realized I didn't include a lot of robins in here, so this one was just perfect. And then also the letter inside has the same letter, same design, like so. So I was beyond the moon and beyond when I found that. And also here we have another pocket, or tuck spot, sorry, with some vintage recipe cards, some vintage receipts. Again, this is a religious ephemera. The reason I chose it is because, you know, it's Mother Mary in the garden with all these beautiful flowers, and like so. And then we just have some trims here, and more journaling spaces, another transparency part there. And we're almost to the end. This is a pocket. So inside here is just a printout of some music sheet that says Oduli's 5 o'clock tea. Again, tea time. This is from the Graphics Fairy. Like so. And then the reason I chose this flower, the seed packet here for this particular flower, is I think I was searching for this flower called the Empress of India. Apparently it's a flower, and I think I meant for that to put in the page here to dedicate with this dedication of India here, but I decided to put this here instead. And I think this is the reason why I chose this. I have to double check. Yes. And then here is a side pocket, some more seed packets here, and then also a pattern paper that she can use to do some journaling or decorating. And then finally, at the back, last page, we also have another pocket here with some lace trim, some pattern paper, some vintage receipts, and a page from an old Sunday Missal book. And yeah, so that is the end of my Secret Garden journal. I had so much fun doing this. I've never attempted this theme before, so this was an absolute dream to do. And yeah, so I hope you guys enjoyed this little flip through, and I will see you in my next video. Bye!